Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Actifio On Tech. I'm back. Jay's gone. Chris is back.
As a reminder, his name is Jason Brown.
Come on, people know me by now.
I know it's been a long time since he was on air.
It has been a week.
Okay.
Well, 2 weeks, I guess, if you take the week break. But I was on vacation, doing my thing, but I'm back now. Now Jay's on a little bit of a vacation, so we got Chris back. Small crew, though. We wanted to get a few more people in, but everyone seemed to disappear when it came to do this. So you're stuck with us today. So we each get to do 2 topics.
That's right.
So today we're going to drink.
What do we got?
Other half, triple broccoli. Now, Chris is grossed out by this because I guess you don't like broccoli.
I love broccoli, but it's not what I want to think about when I drink a beer.
I love broccoli too. It's actually my favorite vegetable.
Yeah.
Raw broccoli with some hummus.
Okay.
That's my jam. But
tell me there's no
trust me,
dry
there's
hop
no
broccoli
there's
in
no
here.
broccoli
Okay.
in here. So Other Half is a brewery in Brooklyn, New York. It's one of my favorite non-New England breweries, actually.
Absolutely.
Excellent beers. Make great IPAs. They make great oat cream IPAs. They make some good stouts. They do a really good job. This is an Imperial India Pale Ale. It doesn't say anything about a triple dry hop, but it's called triple broccoli, so I have to assume.
Well, it is a triple IPA at 10%. That's up there. So
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
all right.
But this brewery, like I said, they're in Brooklyn, New York. They don't
Long lines for
distribute
this
long
one.
lines, just like Treehouse, long lines. Their Saturday releases are very popular. One of my favorite beers for them is double dry hop to double Citra Daydream because I'm a Citra guy, so I really like this beer. I've had double dry hop broccoli before. They also have a beer called Cheddar.
Oh,
Yeah,
a lot of strange things going on in my mind right now. I think we better open this up so I can
let's check it out.
get
Let's
my
your
head right.
Get your head straight,
Yeah.
you know? So, Chris, why don't you take the first topic this week?
Sure. So a couple interesting things this week. There is a new funding round for Slack. Slack is a company that provides chat services.
I've heard of them.
So they raised, I believe it was $400 million at a $7 billion valuation.
Oh, my God.
So congrats to the team.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The internet, of course, being the internet, is all in a frenzy about how a $7 billion company can't make a chat app that doesn't slow down your computer. I won't comment on that as an engineer, but I think they're doing great. Growth is high, and congrats to the team. Wow, this smells really good.
Right.
Hey, cheers. Thank you.
Don't smell any broccoli. So
No
we're
broccoli
good there.
notes. Smells faintly of $400 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you use Slack on your team at the marketing department?
No. So at my old company, Dell EMC, we use Slack a lot.
Okay.
Use it for not just my team, but also a few user community groups I was in as well.
Sure.
Haven't used it here, though.
Right.
Do you guys use it here?
No, we don't. There's a couple of dev teams that do, and we used it for a few months and decided we didn't like it.
Yeah.
We have no problem using Google Hangouts.
Yeah, that's what we use.
And the nice thing about that is, of course, if you search your email, you get all the history there. Whereas Slack, it's a whole separate app.
Yeah.
You got to kind of, if I search for some topic, it might be in an email, might be in chat.
Yeah.
To have it integrated, it's nice.
Yeah, I didn't mind. I didn't mind using Slack, but like you said, if I can just have one platform to do it all, that just makes it easier for me. I'm a marketing guy. I'm a simple guy.
Well, you're missing out on all the like crazy emojis and GIFs and all that stuff.
That's true, but I can copy and paste them into.
Yeah, and that's an important part of the Actifio culture. It's GIFs at every moment. So.
That is very true. Very true. As experienced yesterday.
That's right.
I sent one to Chris.
Thank you for that, by the way.
Oh, well, it was worth it. So, all right.
So what do you got?
So my first one is that I was scrolling around here and I found that HP, the computer company, has actually created a set of gaming headphones that will cool your ears.
Oh,
so you can play games for hours.
I have noticed some of those closed ear headphones. It gets a little.
They can get hot. They can get hot and uncomfortable, right? So,
yeah.
Obviously, you can use it for not just for gaming, right? But apparently,
you can go running in these things. I don't know.
I wouldn't say that they are over the ear headphones. You can see they've got the big cups there. They're heavy duty. But
what do we got? We got fans in there. We got air conditioning.
I'm looking here. So, powered over USB.
Okay.
So if you have a USB connection, you could use it with non-gaming systems. It's patented. It does not use fans.
Okay.
So there's no additional noise, and they also have noise cancellation in them. So how do they cool? This is interesting. Let's see.
Could be a Peltier cooler.
It's called the Omen Mindframe headset. I was getting confused with mainframe.
Yeah. Wow.
And it features active ear cup cooling by using thermoelectric magnets. Cool your ears.
Electric magnets. Okay.
Who knew magnets
Interesting.
could cool your ears? I did not.
All right.
Even think
Well,
that was a thing.
we might have to get one of these in and test it out. See what.
We should test it out. I agree. So you
So
know,
HP, huh?
if you're a hardcore
Interesting.
gamer out there and you got hot ears, this will be your jam.
Very nice.
All right, Chris, what have you got going on for your second topic?
Second topic, something that I think many people have experienced: data throttling on your mobile device.
Hate it.
So not great.
No.
Verizon, as usual, is the culprit here. The culprit, unfortunately, or the victim in this case, was the fire department. So out in California, they're fighting the wildfires.
Raging wildfires.
Huge problems. And it turns out that they went over their data limit for their internal communications that they rely on.
Kind of important.
Oh,
man.
And I guess the interesting story here is that they called Verizon and they said,
look,
we got to get this lifted. And Verizon said, oh, okay, just please pay us another $5 a month and we'll lift it. And they're like, wait a minute. So, I mean, throttling is a reality, right? These networks are overloaded. Something has to be done. But I think the communication is the real problem, right? So when you go to Verizon, you say, oh, I get an unlimited data plan. Sounds great, right? You got what you needed.
Until turns a certain thing, then you throttle.
After 10 gigs, it slows down. So these guys actually evaluated this for their internal communications as firefighters.
Yeah.
That's critical infrastructure. And they didn't realize that they were going to be throttled. So if they can't figure it out,
I think the fault falls on both ends.
Sure.
Definitely on the firefighter side to not realize that maybe they did realize there was a limit, but they never thought they'd get over it.
Sure.
So maybe some of their data analysts could have failed
Absolutely.
that because there's been wildfires before.
Yep.
And they've been using the same system, I'm assuming, for a while.
I don't know the details of that, but yeah.
I'm assuming a lot of things here, but also the fact that Verizon on the other end is like, just give us $5 more a month and you'll be fine. This is emergency. This is like life and death.
Yeah.
Like hook us up. You know?
To their credit, they did come back with some sort of, we've told them in times of public safety that there won't be any throttling, which, okay, that.
It reminds me a lot of remember old school phone plans where after 7 p.m. it was like unlimited minutes.
Okay, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Because that was a low time, yeah.
Right. So you'd have to wait to call someone to like 7 p.m. if you were low on your minutes because you only had this was when you had very, very 500 minutes a month, something
local,
like that.
long distance.
There was no data plans because it was just talking. And
now no one uses the phone anyway, so why would you need to dock?
Right.
All you need is
that's
data.
why you get unlimited minutes now with every plan because no one
true.
even talks on the phone that much. It's all texting and data plans. So hopefully it didn't cause any deaths.
I hope not. Yeah. And hopefully they can resolve it in the future, whether by upgrading or whatever. It just has to work. Right.
Exactly.
This is something that
pay the $5 extra a month.
I'm sure they don't care about the $5.
Right. It's public money anyway.
They just need to have it work.
I agree. Yeah. Other side note, I guess there's some bad fires in British Columbia right now too.
Bummer.
And if you saw any pictures of Seattle the past week, it looks like yellow haze. They've got the worst air quality in the nation right now.
Yeah.
And this is the week of August 23rd. Wow. So if you're watching this at a later time, and that stings because Seattle, one of my favorite cities to visit.
And now it looks like wouldn't be a lot of fun to be outside.
No, you have to wear a mask, like you're in China or Japan.
That's crazy.
And stuff. It's bad, really bad. Yeah, they did this timeline I saw online of a month ago, a week ago, and now, and you just see the month ago perfectly clear, beautiful blue sky, and now it's just this yellow orange haze, and it's not looking too good. I have a lot of friends in Seattle, so friends in Seattle, stay safe out there.
Absolutely.
Ashes on people's cars and stuff. It's pretty bad.
Sometimes I'm jealous of the West Coast, but other times I'm very thankful for New England's lack of natural disasters. Kind of the worst we ever get is a little high tide now and then.
Yeah, I agree. I've always thought about moving to Seattle or the West Coast, but there are a lot of disasters, right? It's not, 90% of the year it's great.
Yeah. And obviously the hotbed of tech out there.
But we are in tech.
A bit of earthquakes and fires and
drought, right? Traffic.
Well, traffic.
Traffic's really.
We can talk about traffic at a later.
Yeah.
Actifio On Tech.
We can, but the traffic there is worse than here. So. Anyway.
So you had another interesting story, something about new futuristic payments. Tell me about this.
This actually I found to be very, very interesting. So I was on a BBC website, so over in England, the BBC, and someone did a short video on this new, I'll call it organization called Greater Change. And what they've done is they've created an app that scans barcodes.
Okay.
But the thing is, these barcodes, these QR codes, are on lanyards around homeless people's necks.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a way for people to donate money to homeless people through your phone. Because if you think about today, nowadays, a lot of transactions with Venmo and PayPal, and
Nobody has cash anymore.
yeah, no one has cash anymore.
Huh.
And so what this organization, Greater Change, has done has created an app and created QR codes for each individual homeless person. So each individual homeless person gets a bio on the Greater Change website, on the Greater Change application, and you get to read about the person as well. So not only do you have the ability to donate to them by scanning the QR code and inputting the amount of money, but it has a little background about the person as well. Like they had a person on the video named Terry. He used to be a scaffolder. Him and his partner broke up. He became homeless. And so there's actually a background, so you can actually see who you're donating to and get to know them a little bit better. Because some of these folks are not probably in great shape and you don't want to be very talkative anyway. And so you actually can learn about the person you're donating to as well. And now it's not like, and there's some safeguards here. So the homeless person doesn't have his access to the money, through his account. There's actually a money to the homeless person, so they make sure they're spending it for proper things as opposed to drugs and alcohol and things like that.
Very interesting. Wow, that's almost sounds a little bit like a nanny state, but interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty intriguing, especially an inventive way to use technology nowadays to help, people that are down on their luck. And you can debate about whether homeless people are down on their luck or not, and some are, some aren't. But at least in this case, it seemed like it has a good heart, with it.
It sort of reminds me of the GoFundMes for different medical problems, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
This has now become like America's healthcare is you have a problem, you can't pay for it, you have no insurance, you put a campaign on GoFundMe.
Right. Even if you have insurance,
well,
because all the extraneous costs,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
You still need to do those.
And thankfully, people are so generous, and I've contributed to some before, and knock on wood, haven't had to have one yet, but it almost makes you wonder, like, why do we need this? Can't we do some sort of infrastructure that would prevent that from happening to begin with? Certainly, we look at other countries with universal healthcare, that would be interesting. And homeless people, of course, can we get some sort of infrastructure to help them out? Can we get some basic income or something like that?
Yeah.
But in the meantime, these tech solutions, hopefully providing better quality of life.
I hope
better quality of life.
I hope so. It definitely seems like the whole idea and the founder has a good heart. It seems like it's a good way to use technology to help people that are kind of down on their luck per se. And hopefully, I really like the fact that there was that case agent because if you think about if a homeless person had access to the money directly, they could use it for, purposes that aren't what it's supposed to be for. It's supposed to be for food and for shelter.
Yeah. Well, that's tough, right? Because who am I to judge what they're going to do with the money?
It's fair, but I think
I deserve a beer. They deserve a beer.
Fair enough. I think people that are donating don't want their money to go to.
Yes, that is a very common thing, of course.
Right. You want to help them, but some people don't actually donate to homeless people because of the fact that they could use that money for things that they don't align to with their views or whatever it may be, their morals and things like that. So, like I said, I thought it was a great idea. I thought it was very intriguing, very interesting. You can go to the bbc.com. There's a little short 3-minute video about it.
So BBC, is this in the UK? Or
it is. It is. So
okay.
Good point. Thank you for bringing that up. So it's being launched in Oxford.
Okay.
So the city of Oxford College, pretty popular. That's where it's being done right now. So that's the test plan, the launch plan, right?
And I guess I'm not aware of what the UK has for social programs of that nature,
I have
but
no idea.
Maybe this would be a good start for them.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Cool.
So with that, thoughts on the beer? Broccoli or no?
Wow. It's very flavorful.
It's powerful.
And it's actually pretty thick, but in a good way. 10%
is very thick.
Doesn't burn at all.
Yeah, I'm interested. Like I said, they do a lot of oat cream.
You think there's oats in this?
Which are pretty. I don't know. They'll say it's an oat cream IPA, but this is pretty. It is pretty thick.
It almost.
But I like that mouthfeel.
But it's not too sweet.
Yeah.
Carbonation level almost non-existent.
Right, and it is not too boozy for a 10%.
No, not at all.
I've had some triple IPAs where it's just like, it's hard to drink a whole can because it's just.
And nicely balanced by the hops. I think they probably must have put a fair amount in this.
Yeah, I believe so. Awesome.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Put that logo up here.
So that's it for this week. A little bit of a short one, but hey, that happens sometimes.
Do what you can.
So cheers.
Thanks for sharing those stories and the beer.
Yeah, and you as well. So
See you next week.
Yeah, see you next week. I will not be here next week,
Oh,
actually.
all right.
I'll be at VMworld. So it is August 23rd. Actifio will be at VMworld next week. I'll be there. A few other marketing folks will be there. A few execs will be there. So
Maybe live from VMworld.
Probably not.
Okay, too busy.
Yeah. If you have customers that will go into VMworld, we do have two events. We have a Top Golf event on Monday night and a dinner at Cut on Tuesday night.
Wow,
so
don't miss those. That'll be a lot of fun.
I'm not going to miss them.
Let me know when I'll be there.
You fly. Well, you are an honorary part of the marketing team.
That's
so
right.
maybe we should.
And I'll be on my way to France at the time. So.
Oh, well, that's the opposite direction.
Everything.
The Earth is
Jason.
round. It's
Anything
spherical, so you could just go.
Well, Kyrie disagrees. So. All right. On that note, we'll see you on the next Actifio On Tech.
Cheers. Have a good one.